Welcome to Insights Over Espresso, where we explore how AI is reshaping various industries and accelerating innovation. And I'm your host, Joe Marone, and today I'm joined by Ahmed Almosa. Ahmed goes by Moses, and he is from Chispa VC. Welcome, Moses.
Thank you so much. Al Musa in Arabic means Moses in English. So that's the
Ah,
reason why.
uh, love learning things about cultures and little
Yeah.
nuances. So Moses, you have a fascinating background, particularly with your work in energy in Dubai and now your focus on venture capital. And by the way, congratulations on being made partner at Chispa.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Could you share a bit about your journey and what led you to the intersection of VC and AI, especially with your involvement in Chispa VC and VC Lab? I'm
Sure.
sure the listeners would love to hear that.
My journey started over a decade ago as an entrepreneur. I founded Fortech Ventures in a very high regulated sector like AI, drone, defense, and agtech. During that time, I secured 10 million in revenue in grants and investment. While forging a cross-border partnership across the UAE, Israel, India, and the US. This hands-on experience in scaling startup, navigating regulated markets, tech transfers, and revenue growth naturally drew me to venture capital, where I could empower other founders facing similar challenges based on my experience. So the intersection with AI came from my work in AI-driven solutions, like I deployed around 60 drones systems in agriculture and defense, which hones my strategic advisory skills for family office on AI investments. This led me to VC Lab, Venture Institute Cohort 5, managed by Mirto Larakos, where I ranked top 10 out of 300 participants. There I mastered fund infrastructure, LP management, deal navigation, of course, using DSAL Hub as a base, which was founded by Adir Rezi under DSAL Group. That excellency earned me a residency at Chispa, founded by Domingo Guerra, which is a fantastic guy. He co-founded and exited Appthority to Symantec. And he doubled an ARR at the unicorn company in code and delivered a 23x TVPI across 10 agent investment with 2 exits and 1 unicorn. So he's my mentor when it comes to cyber. And during my 2-month residency, I applied the BC Lab principle to learn about fund operations such as sourcing deals from regions like Israel, and compiling LP databases and refining marketing strategies through hands-on tasks. So this culminated my promotion on venture partner, focusing on the GCC and the MENA LP relationship and strategic partnership. So AI became central as I explored tools like DSAL Hub, AI integration to understand efficient deal sourcing and LP management in cyber, blending my entrepreneurial background with VC practices to pursue ethical, impactful investments. So that's my journey. That
Nice.
was my
That's
journey.
very impressive. So what problem is Chispa VC solving for VCs today, and why is this particularly relevant in the current market landscape?
So Chispa VC illustrates the process of how emerging managers can draw from operation-led approaches in early-stage cybersecurity using examples of networks and expertise, understand founder supports. We focus on insight into navigating specialized sectors, such as leveraging industry connections for validation and partnership. This is relevant in today's market where rising cyber threats and technological advancement highlight the needs for specialized VC insight. With increased competition, emerging manager benefits from understanding how to build credibility through ethical investing. That's very important for us in VC Lab. Ethical investing and operational knowledge, helping them engage with undeserved areas in landscape where traditional approaches may overlook niche efficiencies.
Okay. So the global VC landscape, I spend a lot of time around it, is seeing a significant rebound, a lot of capital flowing, largely driven by AI. So what major shifts or trends are you observing in the VC industry right now, particularly concerning the rise of, AI focused fund managers and the increased competition for differentiated deal flow?
So in the past, VC was a very close circle. What uh what they're trying to do in VC Lab is one major shift in democratizing of VC through accelerator, as I mentioned, VC Lab, which are launching like thousands of niche funds annually, empowering emerging managers with tools to compete against established players. So AI-focused fund managers are proliferating with a surge of specialized theses and generative AI and related technologies, driven by market dynamics where acquirers pay premiums for innovative solutions. However, this has intensified competition for differentiated deals flow. So pushing managers to leverage proprietary networks such as my GCC MENA type for cross-border deals or geographic advantages. Another trend is integrations of AI into fund operations, automating sourcing and due diligence to handle scale, but with a caveat. Over reliance on general AI risks inaccuracies. So vertical tools like DSL Hub AI are gaining traction for precise VC-specific insight. Amid economic uncertainty, LPs are favoring funds with strong operator backgrounds like Domingo's background and ethical framework. And our ethical framework focuses on the Mansour Oath to mitigate risk. Overall, the industry is moving toward hyper specializations where AI augments human judgment to uncover opportunities in crowded spaces like cyber defense and threat intelligence. And the thing is, like a lot of VCs, they do things unethically. But with VC Lab, we focus on doing things ethically. Like, for example, if we go and we can't just go and I can't come here on the podcast and tell you my thesis. It's general solicitation. It's against the rules. But some VCs do that. So that's why we take the oath and make sure that we do everything ethically. So yeah.
Okay. So what do most people outside of the venture capital and AI space misunderstand or underestimate about the work being done in leveraging AI for fund operations and deal sourcing?
So many outsiders view AI in VC as a magic bullet, but for instant deals or predictions, underestimating the nonce integration required to avoid biases and ensure compliance in regulated sectors like cybersecurity. It's very, very regulated. They misunderstand that AI isn't replacing critical thinking. It's enhancing it. As per VC Lab guideline, where we verify, refine output personality, for instance, in deal sourcing, people underestimate the data governance challenge. Like AI tools must handle encrypted, segregated data without selling it while providing tailored insights like identifying high potential teams for institutions like, for example, Technion or IIT or MIT or Stanford. They also overlook the orchestration aspect AI streamline, workflow like LP outreach or due diligence memos. But success hinges on domain expertise, like Domingo's expertise to interpret results. In my experience at Chispa, using AI for filtering reviews provided examples of identifying opportunities, but it was human networks that contextualize them. Like unlimitedly, outsiders underestimate how AI amplifies ethical practice, enabling emerging managers to scale without compromise on diligence or personalization. So the important thing about AI is I don't know if you heard, like you can't just get the data room of a company and input it in ChatGPT because you are putting it in unsecured. You have to put it in a secure AI system. So that's what VC Lab does. We do not give that information to outsiders like ChatGPT and other LLMs. So that's very important.
Okay. Okay. So, given the rapid evolution of AI, we've been talking about it a while, but it has recently really exploded. And I think it began to explode. We all know it's been here a lot longer, but with OpenAI in the latter part of 2022 is when it really kind of started to take off. But if we were having this conversation that we're having today, 5 years from now, what do you think would look completely different in how VCs operate?
So, in my opinion, 5 years from now, VC operations will be transformed by pervasive AI orchestration with fund and deployment. Like the AI will be the co-founder for real-time portfolio intelligence, automated compliance, and predictive sourcing through DSAL Hub, evolving to simulate entire fund cycle. Fundraising will shift to micro LP models, allowing commitment as low as 10,000 via platform like DSAL Access, democratizing access and reducing reliance on mega LPs. Deal flow will be hyper global with AI bridging collaborations across regions and virtually data room replacement physical meetings, yet constant with endure. The primary of human relationship is building trust with LPs and founders. That's something that will not change. As no AI can replace nuanced negotiations or ethical judgment. Maybe that happens. Maybe AI maybe AI will negotiate, but under the framework of VC Lab way, operator credibility, proven track records like Domingo Guerra will still de-risk fund and core metrics like TAM, moat, and cap table analysis will remain foundational. So innovation will accelerate, but VC essence as people-driven high-stake endeavor won't change.
Okay. And so what aspects do you believe will remain constant? Breaking that into two questions. If we were having this conversation 5 years from now, we just answered what would look completely different. What do you believe will remain the same or constant?
See, the there's an app. I forgot the name of the app, but it connects you with LPs. But the relationship with you and the LP, for you to convince the LP to invest in that specific fund, you need to have a track record. That's number one. Number two, you have to have a relationship with the LP. So, in my opinion, that won't change because you have to have a physical relationship with the LP because the LP will not trust the AI.
Mhm.
The AI is going to do the back office work for you, the front end. So it's going to do the back end, but the front end is going to come from you. It has to come from you. The network has to come from you.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So Chispa VC, it states that it aims to streamline tasks across sourcing, I think, diligence and portfolio and LP workflows. So, can you share a real example of how Chispa VC's AI Copilot has really provided clear, immediate ROI for a venture investor, perhaps, compared to using more general purpose AI tools?
So Chispa doesn't have an AI tool by itself using DSAL Hub. So at Chispa we use DSAL Hub AI Copilot
Okay.
and DSAL Base, which is trained on VC specific data. So it's different than because like when you go to ChatGPT, it's more general.
Hmm.
But with DSAL, you have around, I think, I'm not sure, around 30,000 emerging managers on the platform where the AI collects data from them and gives you information specifically for VCs. So the VC specific data to minimize error unlike general tools, as I mentioned, like ChatGPT that often hallucinates. So
So,
during yeah,
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
so during my residency, we explored LP outreach for added state perspective. Using Visa Base, I acquired for drip campaign templates tailored to emerging funds. It generates personalized intro emails, follow-ups, and flag changes for non-respondent in minutes.
Okay.
incorporation insight on VC outreach process. This saved hours compared to manual drafting or general AI, as I mentioned, which might suggest generic content,
Okay.
ignoring compliance. So we tested and deployed a sequence that flagged overlap with networks for potential bridge additions, leading to warm intros within weeks, illustrating application in co-investment. General AI lacks this vertical precision, often requires heavy refinement, whereas DSL-based community trained respond deliver actionable fund-specific value-boosting efficiency in our pipeline management.
Okay. Um, so so really Chispa is, I'm going to say Chispa VC is building a fund really central to Diesel Hub because
Exactly.
yeah, everything you're doing is really based on Diesel Hub. So really Diesel Hub is the one that is, trying to streamline, these tasks across sourcing, diligence and workflows around both
And
portfolio.
that's for when I did my residency. That's what I learned. I learned how to use Diesel Hub properly.
Okay. So VC Lab is really scaling rapidly, helping hundreds, you even said thousands of firms launch globally. From your perspective, how has VC Lab leveraged AI to manage this scale? Especially in areas like, curriculum personalization, compliance support, or ongoing portfolio intelligence.
So VC Labs scales its program training, as I said, thousands via cohorts like my cohort 5 by integrating AI thoughtfully as per their guidelines, emphasizing verification over replacement. For curriculum personalization, AI toolkits like Annual Planning Toolkit help tailor sprints to individual focuses, such as adapting fund infrastructure model to sector-specific risks, allowing top performers like me to excel in NP management. In compliance support, VC Lab used Diesel Hub AI for generating NP due diligence. This is very, very interesting. Questionnaires and sanction checks ensuring ethical adherence to the Mensor's oath amid global regulations. For ongoing portfolio intelligence, features like up-round tracking and AI-powered global search provided real-time insight. So this is helping manager monitor valuation and threats without fragmented tools. So this AI orchestration management scale by automating admin, freeing mentors like Mirtolankos for high-touch guidance, while maintaining quality evidence and accelerating fund launches from months to weeks, as VC Lab plans for thousands more in 2026.
Given AI co-founders and agentic workflows are becoming more common, how does Chispa VC ensure its value proposition remains compelling and differentiated in I'm going to say, an increasingly crowded AI market?
So Chispa VC differentiates by anchoring in operator-led expertise rather than hype. So Domingo Guerra track record in building and exiting cyber leader provides example of operational process. So we focus on undervalued edge-like networks for learning about deal flows. In crowded spaces, we ensure compelling through ethical data-backed insight while using AI tools like Digital Hub selectively to augment our approach. So this operator-first perspective offers insight into cyber seed investing.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about, the market's seeing more aspiring AI fund managers, but LPs are focusing on clear AI thesis and credible operations. So what are the most critical strategies VC Lab is helping GPs implement to systematize sourcing and maybe filtering and LP fundraising to stand out?
So VC Lab equips GPs with strategies like building proprietary, like the secret sauce, through self-assessments, emphasizing ethical practice. It's very important to keep in mind, as I mentioned, ethical practice is very important for the VC Lab way to attract VCs because VC worry about scandals that happened in the past. A lot of scandals that happened in the past. So for sourcing and filtering, they teach organization via these have pipeline custom forms for website embedded deal intake, AI assisted memos for quick rating, and global search for high moat opportunities. As I applied in sourcing my Israeli deals and LP fundraising, critical tactics include micro LP activation for small commitment. So crafting LP friendly narrative, which is risk mitigated, and using tools like packs, as I mentioned before, for seamless closes. To stand out, VC Labs stresses network like cohort WhatsApp groups, alumni intros, and avoid errors like unqualified decks, helping venture partners and GPs like me transition from residency to partnership by demonstrating operational excellency. As I explained at Chispa for data governance, AI enforces encryption and segregation in Diesel Hub with tools like sanctions checks ensure compliance without manual oversight. And critical and regulated niche like cyber, this relieves scale operations, but always with human verification to maintain trust and accuracy.
Tiff. So, from your experience, what's been the toughest part of convincing LPs to invest in emerging AI focused venture funds, especially when the field is relatively new and specialized?
So the toughest part is overcoming skepticism around unproven track records and hyper-driven valuation. In a new field like AI-focused cyber, where LPs question differentiation, a bit crowded thesis, emerging funds often lack the DPI history, which we have because since, as I mentioned before, Domingo, he had 10 angel funds that he invested in, and he had a high DPI. So you have to trust the person that is handling the fund. So DPI history of established players. So building credible requires demonstrating operator edge and ethical framework to de-risk perceived uncertainty. In my DCC media outreach, I've addressed this by highlighting proprietary networks and data-backed protections. But the challenge persists. LPs demand proof of moat. So strategies like micro LPs and warm intros via network help bridge the gap, turning specialization into a strength.
Okay. So, this is always my favorite question. Hypothetically, if you had a magic wand to fix one thing in the venture capital ecosystem right now that's either holding back innovation or slowing down fund formation, what would that one thing be?
So I fixed the fragmented tooling and compliance hurdle that bogged down emerging managers, replacing them with unified AI orchestrated platform accessible to all. This would accelerate fund formation, cutting months off launches by automating legal structure, due diligence questionnaires, and data governance. While ensuring ethical standards, it holds back innovation by favoring incumbent. So standardizing this would democratize VC, empowering diverse theses in undeserved regions. That's what I'll do.
Okay. Interesting. For aspiring fund managers or entrepreneurs listening, what advice would you give them about leveraging AI in their venture capital journey, particularly in identifying high potential teams in emerging fields like AI or cyber?
So I would start by treating AI as an enhancer, not a crutch. Follow VC lab rule. Use it for research and process, but always verify personally to build skills. For identifying high potential teams in AI and cyber, leverage vertical tools like Diesel Hub AI to filter pipelines by moat, like acquiring for confidential AI with regulatory edge. Then layer in domain knowledge source from hubs like Technion, MIT, Stanford for founders with defensible IP. Build networks early as AI spot patterns, but humans close deals. In my journey, combining AI with cross-border ties uncovered scalable opportunities. Commit to ethics sign like the Mensor's oath of a venture lab and focus on impact. And my final thing to say is AI accelerates, but your unique perspective and relationships drive lasting success.
Okay. Where can people learn more about you individually and your work with Chispa VC or connect with you directly?
They can connect with me via LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is TheAlmoosa. So yeah, that's my LinkedIn profile.
Okay, excellent. So this is been an incredibly insightful conversation. So I wanted to thank you again for your time and we enjoyed having you on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Joe, and I hope to see you soon.